Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to Bringing Division video. What I guess today is probably one of the most exciting news we have received in a pretty long time on the study game. If you guys didn't see the live stream, you want to check it out for yourselves, there will be a link in the description below you guys can check out. It was around 20 minutes, not too bad, it was pretty informative, and as I said, one of the best news we have heard in a pretty long time. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video or find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into these news. Alright, so this week's City Game theme was pretty much about classified drops and exotic drop rates in the game. If you guys don't know, they pretty much mentioned this in previous City Games, how they're going to be increasing future drops and how classified items are going to be way easier to get and stuff like that. Well, that's pretty much what they covered in this City Game. First thing I do want to say is this information, this news is not something that's going to be in the game tomorrow or the next week. This is something that's going to be in the game in the future. There's still no specific date when it's actually coming out. But as I said, this is some of the new things that we'll be seeing in the game very soon. So the first change we'll be seeing is to the open world bosses. If you guys don't know, at the moment it is a 3% drop rate of exotics and classified gear from those bosses. In the future, when this comes out, it's going to be increased from 3% all the way to 6%. Same thing with the Dark Zone. At the moment, it is a 5% chance of getting classified gear or exotics, but in the future it is going to be 6%. Pretty much they said anything that's in the game that gives you classified items like, any bosses in the underground, stuff like that, the percentage has been increased to 6%, and that's pretty much the maximum of, of that number. The only thing that's higher and the only thing that's better, in my opinion, are the legendary missions, because in the future, the legendary missions are going to be seeing a 20% drop rate increase. At the moment, I think it's like a 10% or something around there. In the future, it is going to be 1 out of 5 pretty much chance of getting classified gear anytime you finish a legendary mission. So, not only are you getting that exotic cache if you haven't done it in that specific week, but you're also getting a 1 in a 5, pretty much 1 in a 5 chance of getting a classified item. The next thing to mention was the Season Pass supply drop, and anyone that has a Season Pass right now, you know those supply drops are kind of useless or not really worth going for. The only thing you pretty much get out of that is Phoenix credits, and some useless gear. Well, now you're going to have a 10% chance of getting any classified gear or exotics in the game, and not only that, you're also going to be receiving 100 division tech anytime you open the supply drop. The next piece of information we did receive is that there's not going to be any more 900 GE caches in the global events. As you guys know, those ones are pretty useless, no one really buys them at all. It's all about the 1500 ones. Well now, when the GE comes out and when this is actually in the game, there's not going to be 900 GE caches, it's going to be a single classified cache that guarantees you a classified item out of that global event. So for example, let's say there's a global event going on, you can acquire Alpha Bridge, Tactician, Sentry, and Striker. If you don't have the best luck out of those 1500 caches, you can buy this one cache and you have a guaranteed item that's either, Sentry, Striker, or whatever is going on in that global event. I personally think this is a great addition because sometimes when you're playing and you're just missing one item, that's a holster or like knee pads, whatever, instead of just grinding for those caches, you could just buy these ones and you're guaranteed a 1 in a 4 chance of those classified items. Not only that, but there's also going to be a new cache sold from the Special Avenger. It's going to cost 2500 Phoenix credits, and pretty much anytime you open it, it is a guaranteed classified item. The only bad part about this, it's a 1 in 16 chance of getting something that you actually like, that's Sentry classified, or Striker classified, anything like that. But the good part about it is, it's always going to be classified, and it's a pretty good way to get rid of your Phoenix credits. So, as I said, if you're missing specific pieces for your build, whatever it is that's classified, this cache is going to be your best friend. The next few changes we'll be seeing in the game are pretty cool as well, and I'm very, very excited for them. So the first one is the daily assignments are going to give you 25 division tech anytime you complete them. The weekly assignments are going to give you 100 division tech. So if you're missing some division tech to optimize your gear fully, or you're just desperate for division tech, you don't have to go in the Dark Zone, you don't have to do anything like that. All you can do is the daily assignments or the weekly assignments, and they're going to give you division tech. Next up, the vendor exotics are actually going away from the loot pool. So pretty much what that means is the Cassidy, the Pecan, the Liberator, pretty much any exotic that's being sold from the vendors is no longer going to be dropping from the bosses that you kill or the exotic caches that you open. This is really good because not only are you getting a better chance of getting something that you want, like the house, MDR, skull gloves, or anything like that, but it's also really good because sometimes if you do get this, it's just kind of heartbreaking, and you know, you could always just buy it at the vendor if you're really desperate for it. Last but not least, all the exotic weapons and gear are going to be dropping from the open world bosses in the future. As you guys know now, it's only Savage Gloves, Caduceus, and some other weapons. Well, in the future, it's going to be all the exotic weapons and gear pieces that are in the game. Anyways, that pretty much concludes the video. As I said, this was probably one of the best city games we have heard in a pretty long time. For anyone that's struggling to get classified gear, exotic weapons, the house, the MDR, whatever you're missing, in a few, you know, hopefully weeks or even sooner, when this gets implemented in the game, your problems get resolved. But anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I respond to all my comments. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Trap house.